grandfather came home from the war in 1944 after serving our country and bought a building at the corner of Main and Church Streets here in New Harmony, the Wilson Furniture Building, which he operated for 50 years. 1 block away from where we are right now was where the company started. We like to say this is our 40th year in business. However, we have an 80-plus year history on Main Street in New Harmony.
I started in 1979 with an auction real estate firm, and Hugh Miller. I worked for him for 5 years. He made sure I got lots of pots and pans to sell, so I sold lots of pots and pans the first 2 years. In the first 2 years at Kerr Miller, I did 500 auctions. 500. It's a lot of auctions. Albert L. Allen saw me one day. He said, "Why don't you work for yourself?" And I thought I had enough experience at that time to go on my own, and I did. Quite an experience.
In 1985, when Dad was starting this company, he started in the back of the furniture business. I decided that he wanted to do William Wilson Auction Realty. In June of that year, at the same time, simultaneously achieved his broker's license and the necessary designations that you would need to own your own company. And so he built the auction center in 1987, where he could bring items in. These are all things that he gained by his network of auctioneers that now is the largest auction marketplace in the region.
It worked out perfectly, I was in New Harmony. People in Evansville weren't managing New Harmony, wasn't enough going on out here to fool with, So then I got all the auctions in Poseyville, New Harmony, Mount Vernon, Morris Township, just a piece of cake. Then when the bridge was still open, you cross the bridge, you go to Carmine or go to Grayville, 1,738 acres up by Griffin. The Cooper Estate still is the biggest well find in Posey County ever. That was the initial well right there on the Cooper land. And they were selling his 1/8 interest of the minerals by themselves. It was the biggest auction we ever had. I thought we topped that until last year. My God, we crushed it.
There are several large-scale auctions that gained a lot of exposure statewide and especially locally and regionally, but all of these auctions are big. The first one in June of 1985, just down Main Street at the Charles Ford Memorial Home, some furnishings and things that they were selling. And so there's a photograph of Dad standing in the yard that he had labeled on the back of it that, the first auction. Specifically in 2012, we had the auction of Roberts Stadium liquidation, which was a very large event. We were able to execute better than anybody could, and a lot of people took note. I have very vivid memories of being in the truck with Dad. I think 6, 7 years old, going to an auction, finishing an auction after a long day, and just sort of the culmination of a job well done. And that was something that was instilled in me very early, and those are things we still do today.
It's hard not to be proud. It's just something everybody would like to have and they don't have, When he was just a little boy, he'd hang around there all the time. By the time to go home, he was done. It's 5 o'clock, let's go home, But he would stay around, and he had the heart to stay there and wanted to stay there. He wanted to do it, and I wasn't going to run him off, that's for sure.
The week before I started Indiana University, I earned my auctioneer's license in 1998. Well, we were at Indiana University at the Kelley School of Business, and all of my buddies were thinking about their next steps, and I knew where I was going. Dad had said, "You can do anything you want." I said, "I want to come back and work in the family business." 2001 then was when he expanded the auction center. I left Indiana University and came here to start my work in the spring of 2002. So this is my 23rd year.
Well, we were obviously very proud of him because he got into Kelley School of Business. When he came back, we watched him. He put in 12-hour days.
How couldn't you be, It's the American dream. Own your own business and call your own shots. That's what it's supposed to be.
I had been working with the company consistently, even during the summers, doing whatever needed to be done, mostly helping with the auction center and the things that happened there as part of our operation. I had to earn the respect of those that were here and had been doing the work and been with the company for a while. And so I was fully ready in 2002 then to jump all the way in and do what we needed to do to grow the company.
I often wonder what would take me out of the game. And technology coming on, I couldn't do computers. 5 years ago? I had a slight stroke, slowed me down. I can see the writing on the wall. There's no way I can do this.
I became the president of the company in 2007. I don't go anywhere without talking to somebody about auction or real estate. There are people that attend our auctions today that have been attending for 40 years, some of which that have maybe never missed an auction even, and that's pretty remarkable. I've known these people my entire life, and they've shared with me their large purchases they were thinking about making, or the thing that they bought 2 years ago at the auction that they were still using, or the farm that they bought from us, you name it. It becomes part of the fabric of who we are. You become part of the community. It's this discussion of transitioning valuable assets that people want to talk to you about, which is kind of fun.
The whole experience has been a great ride, my God, we've been very lucky to be where we're at, and of course, with 2 generations, it might go more than that, could be. There are auction companies in the United States that are 100 years old.
The one thing I think more than anything is how fast it's gone. We're sitting here, I'm thinking, wow, 40 years. Well, we're gonna have our 50th wedding anniversary next month. It goes fast. The little one, she said, I'm gonna take over the business.
Our daughters are helping on auction day, and they see those things as they are helping to clerk or cashier. They can see clearly why we do those things the way we do them. Both have been interviewed for one of their school assignments, and they both have said separately that they would like to be a successor in the business, and so they'll have to earn their stripes as well. But we're looking at the future in the next 40 years, no doubt.